Chapter 1: The Arrival. As the heavy iron gates of the maximum security prison creaked open, Leo felt a surge of conflicting emotions: fear, regret, and an unsettling sense of loss. The clang of metal doors echoed through the stark corridor, mingling with the shouts of guards and the distant murmur of inmates sharing stories. Once a vibrant artist, he now stood stripped of freedom, his identity shadowed by the crime of passion that led him here. Leo's senses heightened as he took in the cold, gray walls adorned with graffiti, a stark reminder of the beautiful life he had left behind. Initial interactions with the guards were fraught with tension and authority. Yet, beneath the hardened exteriors of fellow inmates, he sensed a shared yearning for connection. This was the beginning of Leo's journey, a plunge into a world where the echoes of redemption could only arise from the depths of despair. Chapter 2: The Daily Grind. As Leo adjusts to his new reality, he quickly learns the unyielding rhythm of prison life. Each day begins with the blaring of a horn, awakening the inmates to the same monotonous routine. The clang of steel doors opens a world dictated by schedules, mandatory meals, exercise periods, and the dreaded lockdown. Leo observes the hierarchies that dominate his surroundings. Some inmates command respect, while others scurry to avoid conflict. During mealtimes, the cafeteria buzzes with conversations, laughter, and the occasional clash, painting a stark picture of survival. Leo finds moments of solace in the exercise yard, where the sun's rays pierce the oppressive concrete walls, offering a fleeting glimpse of freedom. Amidst the daily grind, Leo grapples with feelings of dislocation, battling the urge to retreat into his memories, unsure of how to navigate a world where camaraderie and caution intertwine in every interaction. Chapter 3: Bonding Over Brokenness. As days turned into weeks, Leo began to carve out a place for himself within the prison's harsh realities. Surrounded by cold concrete and barbed wire, he discovered warmth in unexpected friendships. In the dim corner of the rec room, he met Malik, a former gang leader with dreams of redemption, and Clara, whose fierce spirit shone through her struggles. Otto, an older inmate with the wisdom of years, became a guiding light for the younger generation. Together they shared their stories, painful yet liberating, revealing regrets and hopes, each confession weaving their lives closer. Laughter would punctuate their discussions, a defiant act against despair, as they painted over their scars with the colors of compassion and understanding. In this fragile sanctuary, the walls of the prison faded away, creating a bond among them that transcended their pasts, reminding them that even in the darkest places, humanity could thrive. Chapter 4: The Weight of Regret. As Leo navigates the stark confines of prison life, memories of his past flood his mind, haunting him with the weight of unfulfilled dreams and lost love. He recalls the moment that led him to these bars. A fleeting rage spiraled into a crime of passion, forever altering his destiny. Conversations with Malik and Clara reveal similar burdens. Malik wrestles with the ghosts of his gang past, yearning for redemption and a chance to escape the cycle of violence. Clara, fierce and resilient, shares her story of survival in a world that turned against her, igniting a fire in Leo to confront his own demons. Through shared moments of vulnerability, they begin to illuminate the darker corners of their souls, forging a pact of understanding and mutual support. In this crucible of regret, they discover that confronting their pasts is the first step towards healing, igniting their shared desire for a better future. Chapter 5: The Art of Survival. In a dimly lit corner of the prison yard, Leo gathers a handful of inmates to introduce his idea: mural projects that can transform the bleak walls into a canvas of hope. As paintbrushes glide across rough surfaces, the atmosphere shifts. Laughter intertwines with the sound of vibrant colors splashing against concrete. Each stroke becomes a cathartic release, revealing hidden emotions and stories long suppressed. Malik's mural depicts a phoenix rising from ashes, symbolizing rebirth, while Clara paints a series of intertwined hands, illustrating solidarity and support among women. Otto, the mentor, encourages younger inmates to express their dreams, fostering a sense of community through art. Testimonials echo through the hall, sharing how creativity offers them a lifeline in despair. This chapter becomes a testament to resilience, where shared vulnerability transforms into unity, illuminating the darkest corners of their confinement. Together, they discover that through art, they can redefine their narratives and envision brighter futures. Shadows of the past. As the sun sets behind the prison walls, Leo clutches a letter from his former lover, the ink still fresh with memories. Her words stir a tempest of emotions, regret, longing, and guilt that he thought were buried. He closes his eyes, feeling the weight of his choices pressing down as the soft murmur of fellow inmates hums around him. In the yard, Malik faces his gang past, an unexpected confrontation that ignites old rivalries and fears, testing the bonds he has forged. Meanwhile, Clara bravely confronts her traumatic upbringing within the safe space of group therapy, seeking solace and understanding. The haunting echoes of their pasts intertwine, creating a shared narrative of pain and resilience. Thunder rumbles outside, mirroring the turmoil within. In this chapter, Leo, Malik, and Clara are forced to confront their demons, understanding that true healing begins only when they face their shadows. Chapter 7. Building Trust. As days turn into weeks, the bonds within the prison deepen, ignited by shared experiences and mutual understanding. Leo, Malik, and Clara find solace in late-night conversations, where laughter mingles with confessions of their fears. The atmosphere shifts from one of guardedness to openness as they learn to trust one another with their vulnerabilities. Leo shares his artistic vision, inviting others to contribute to a collective mural that symbolizes hope and unity, fostering a sense of belonging. Inmates begin to support one another, offering advice and protection against threats from rival factions and external pressures. Malik uses his street smarts to advise younger inmates, while Clara becomes a confidant for those struggling with their pasts. Through moments of solidarity, trust becomes the foundation of their newfound friendships, proving that in the depths of despair, love and support can flourish, illuminating the path toward healing and redemption. Chapter 8. Turning Points. As Leo's murals began to flourish across the prison walls, the atmosphere shifted dramatically. Inmates who once wore masks of bitterness and despair began to find glimpses of hope in their own stories. Leo facilitated art sessions, where brushstrokes transformed into cathartic expressions of dreams long hidden beneath layers of pain. Malik, previously hardened by his gang past, found newfound motivation in capturing his aspirations on canvas. He envisioned his life outside, mapping a future filled with purpose. Through small acts of kindness, sharing supplies, offering encouragement, the prison community slowly transformed, fostering connections that dismantled the barriers of their pasts. Laughter echoed during art class, bringing warmth to cold cells and igniting sparks of camaraderie. As the walls around them bore witness to their growth, Leo realized that art was not merely an escape. It was a conduit for healing, a collective journey toward redemption that bound them all together in an unbreakable tapestry of hope. Chapter 9. The Fire Within. As the sun dipped below the horizon, a sudden alarm shattered the uneasy calm of the prison. Flames licked at the walls, filling the air with acrid smoke and chaos. Inmates, driven by instinct, sprang into action. Leo, Malik, Clara, and Otto rallied their fellow prisoners, forming a human chain to usher everyone to safety. Amidst the panicked shouts and the roar of fire, acts of bravery emerged. Malik pulled a struggling inmate from the blaze, while Clara used her knowledge of first aid to assist a fellow prisoner who had collapsed. In the throes of chaos, divisions faded, canteen rivals became allies, and hardened exteriors softened into a fierce solidarity. The flames illuminated not just the darkness of the prison, but also the resilience within its walls. As they regrouped, a collective realization dawned upon them. Together, they could withstand even the fiercest storms, unified by survival and hope for a new tomorrow. Chapter 10. Together in the Dark. In the aftermath of the devastating fire, the atmosphere within the prison shifts dramatically. The once loud cacophony of daily life gives way to an eerie quiet, punctuated only by the occasional cough or whispered consolation. Inmates gather in small groups, sharing their harrowing experiences of the fire and the moments that brought them to the brink of despair. In the dimly lit common area, Leo leads a heartfelt discussion about healing. Malik, typically guarded, opens up about the fear of losing his newfound family. Clara shares her vision of turning this tragedy into a catalyst for change, urging others to confront their past traumas together. The bonds forged in the chaos solidify into a powerful support network, where vulnerability becomes strength. United in their sorrow, the inmates find solace in each other, recognizing that their shared struggles have ignited a flame of resilience. Together, they embrace the darkness, ready to rebuild their lives, one breath at a time. As the prospect of release approaches, Leo, Malik, and Clara gather in the dimly lit recreation room, surrounded by faded murals and the echoes of their shared journey. Each of them grapples with a mix of excitement and trepidation, contemplating the lives they left behind and the dreams that might await outside the prison gates. Leo envisions a gallery showcasing his artwork, a platform to share not just his talent, but the stories of his fellow inmates. Malik explores vocational training programs, hopeful that he can forge a path away from the gang life that once defined him. Clara, passionate about advocacy, dreams of fighting for justice for others like her, intent on reclaiming her narrative. They engage in heartfelt conversations, sharing vulnerabilities and aspirations that weave their individual threads into a collective tapestry of hope. The future, once clouded by uncertainty, now shimmers with possibility as they prepare to step into a new world, carrying the lessons learned behind bars. Chapter 12. The Path to Forgiveness. In the dim light of the prison yard, Leo grapples with the burdens of his past, reflecting on the pain he caused and the love he lost. The echoes of his former life haunt him, but slowly he begins to understand that forgiveness starts within. A powerful audio diary entry captures his realization. I can't change what happened, but I can change what I choose to become. Meanwhile, Malik struggles with the anger that fuels his past life in the gang, wrestling with the desire for revenge versus the hope for redemption. Clara, sitting nearby, shares her own aspirations. She longs to reclaim her narrative and be a voice for those who felt powerless. Their discussions become a cathartic release, unveiling deep vulnerabilities. Each inmate's journey encapsulates the complexity of forgiveness, both of oneself and those who have wronged them, sparking the realization that healing is not just a destination, but an ongoing process. Chapter 13. The Final Countdown. As the inmates gather in the common area, the atmosphere is charged with anticipation and uncertainty. Leo, Malik, and Clara share a table, discussing the bittersweet reality of their impending release. The prison clock ticks ominously in the background, each tick resonating like a countdown to freedom and the unknown. Leo reflects on what freedom means to him, envisioning the open spaces where he can paint once again, but he also worries about rekindling old habits. Malik contemplates the challenges ahead, reconnecting with family and navigating the world outside, all while battling the lingering shadows of his past. Clara voices her determination to advocate for justice, her voice steady but filled with emotion. As their release dates approach, they find solace in each other's shared fears and hopes, reinforcing the bonds they've forged. The unspoken acknowledgement of their journeys ahead hangs heavy in the air, a reminder that liberation holds both promise and peril.